Welcome to a new episode of After the 90th. Today we have a new guest, one that we've been talking about a lot since the show started.
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning. Topher Scott, the one that goes for Manchester United.
Manchester United.
And Austin FC, the MLS expert. So whenever he's around, that's when we'll touch base on more MLS specific questions.
Yep.
So Topher, welcome to our talk show.
Thank you for having me here. So yes, my name is Topher. It's actually Chris, right? So the funny thing is that all three of us are named Chris.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out a way to distinguish each other, I guess
you
would say. So I guess I'll go by Topher.
You went Topher. I went with Wando.
And we got Ian.
And Ian went as Ian.
Yeah. But we are the three Chris's.
Yeah, we're the three Chris's. Why don't you let them know about your favorite teams to start off with?
So to start off with, I wasn't always into soccer. Soccer wasn't my thing. I had more of an NFL background, right? Football, American football. And then just recently, just hearing you guys talk about soccer, I got really interested in it. So I started watching a few games. And I really, really enjoyed like all aspects of it. And then it came down to choosing teams, right? So I do watch the Premier League. You know, I find that one a little bit more to my style. One, the language barrier. You know, I don't speak Spanish, so it's kind of difficult. So I went into that team, and so the team that I did choose, and the reason why I chose this team was I couldn't really decide on a team. So I just said to you guys, to Ian, to other people, I said, whatever team CR7 goes to, that's going to be my team.
Yeah, but keep in mind, you were fresh into football.
I was fresh into football.
And you had no idea. You had been following Cristiano Ronaldo because of me and Ian. I've known you for almost 10 years now. Yeah. And like you said, you were really into football. I know you would just talk about the Dallas Cowboys and that's it. Yeah. So the moment that we got you into football, it was kind of like, oh, wow, we're actually going to get this guy into, our sport, because it's all we would talk to.
Yeah.
So you chose Manchester United.
I chose Manchester United. That's where CR7 went. And then I started following it from there. And honestly, they might not be doing the best this season, but I've seen their past. And that's all everybody would say. They've seen their past. But there's a lot of aspects that I do that feel that they're really good at. I just think they need to be led. They need a manager that can actually lead them in the right direction, where I feel like they have so much more potential. So I'm a Manchester United fan to the end, So
now, do you a quick comment on that? Do you feel that it's the players that are not giving it their all? You have Pogba, Maguire, which I know you'll probably shake your head. You have who's the Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. How do you feel like it's the players who are doing that? Who are bringing the team down?
Honestly, I feel like there's some toxic players in there that are, spread like their toxicity to other players and have like different blaming everybody else for it when they should all take accountability for their own playing style and for their own mistakes. For a while they're blaming Ollie, for not leading them the right way. It's all his fault. And obviously for y'all, that's when I started watching it, was Ollie was there. Yeah. So they blamed him for everything. And then they started blaming CR7 for everything. But if you started noticing who is blaming him, I feel like it's those players that are toxic ones that are not putting in their part.
It's the locker. It's the locker room talk. Yeah. And I feel like that's what's messing the team up. From an outside perspective, I've never really followed La Liga. I mean, I follow La Liga. I don't really follow the Premier till recently because you and Ian were following it. And now also MLS that I keep an eye on because a brand new team popped up locally. I mean, 3 hours away. We can finally support somebody besides the Toros.
Besides RGB.
So, Manchester United, check mark on that one.
Check mark. So, after when we got into Manchester United, there was no Austin FC yet, right? So then we started kind of talking about MLS, right? And we're like, oh, Topher, what team would you be? And before Austin came, I was looking at other teams, and I'm going to say it, I was looking at LA. As my team, and I got a lot of shit about that. And then all of a sudden, there was rumors like, hey, Austin wasn't going to get a team and stuff. So then that that automatically LA went out the door, and I was like, I'm from Austin, and that's my city, so I was like, dude, duh, I'm gonna be an Austin FC fan, no matter how they did their first year. The first year was not great.
No.
This year, they made a lot of improvements. Am I gonna say they're championship contending team? Maybe not yet. They still need to have a little bit more chemistry with each other. Josh Wolf needs to figure out what he's doing a little bit better, but most definitely they have improved, and that would be my other team, would be Austin. And those are mainly the two teams I follow.
Now, is there any correlation between Manchester United and Austin that you feel like
totally different?
Totally different.
Totally
it's
different.
The pace of the game.
The pace is different. The environment is different. I could not compare. I actually wouldn't compare any MLS team to a Premier League team. It's just they're on a different basis.
It's different. I feel like when you watch anything from Europe, it's more like intensity. It's more action back and forth. And when you watch something from like La Liga MX or MLS, it's more chill. Whenever something exciting happens, it's like, oh snap, and then they score.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, I can say like Club America, like all them. I think they're very passionate, and you can see it, and it's even different from MLS and them. Like like the environment. I can say the environment is just all different in every league that you watch.
Yeah, it's different. If you want to see really passionate fans, you should try looking into the Argentinian league or the Brazilian league. Bro, they go crazy. Especially the Argentinian team when it's the Clásico, Boca Juniors versus River Plate. Oh my God, bro! Guaranteed fight.
Yeah,
guaranteed fight. So now that you mentioned your teams, how do you truly feel about football now that you're a newcomer? What do you feel is different about this sport than the other sports you followed? Basketball, NFL.
So with basketball, I never really followed basketball that much. I would watch a few games here and there, but it wasn't like I didn't really watch them. I just watched it because that's what I was showing at the time. But my main sport was NFL. So I can tell you right now, and people might not believe me, but I ain't watching NFL anymore. I'll tell you that. I have a huge love for football now, or soccer. I have a huge love for it. Just everything was just so much different there. I just felt different. That like in football, it just became more of, I wouldn't say like it felt rigged to me a lot. There was just a lot of mess up things. I'm not saying in football or in soccer that it's not rigged. I feel like, sometimes the refs go certain different ways. Sometimes it could be 12 men on the field, not 11. Yeah. But no, in football, I just lost complete interest in it. This season, it's going to start pretty soon. I probably will not watch a lot of the games. And yes, like I am a Cowboys fan, but am I going to request days off just to watch them? Probably not. I'll just watch in the background. They are kind of a frustrating team to watch a little bit. Similarities to Manchester United, right?
A lot of people aren't going to believe you when you say that you're not going to watch the NFL.
I'm really not going to watch it. And all of my friends are going to be like, this guy has Cowboys everywhere.
It's crazy because like I said, all the time I've known you, you've always been like, man, there's a game today. You wear your jersey, your NFL jersey, you have it on and stuff.
But now look at me now. What do I wear on game day?
Austin. And we live, in South Texas where it's very stereotypical. They ask you, oh, do you like sports? And you answer, yes, I like sports. I watch soccer, football, right? And then they're like, oh, you're such a Mexican.
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot? I mean, I do. Where it's like, we have this stereotype here in South Texas, and I'm sure other people who live in South Texas or in Texas in general, as soon as you say you watch soccer, right away they're like, oh, typical Mexican. Like, bro, it's not a Mexican sport. Yeah. It really isn't. And I'm pretty sure you had that illusion.
I had that same opinion, right? Because I came from NFL, right? And every time I hear soccer, I would stereotype, and be like, oh, it's just soccer, like, oh, like Mexico soccer. Like, and that's what I would call it. But now I'm on the other side, and now
it's different, bro.
But I haven't got that yet, though. No one's told me anything because I wear soccer jerseys, anything like that. They just ask me, oh, what teams you go for? And I say Manchester United. Like, oh yeah, me too. It's a really big club, big fan base with there. And then I say Austin FC, and they're like, who? So
because they're new.
Like, so they're like, who's that?
And fun fact, we've actually been to the Q2 Stadium.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium.
Beautiful. I remember we went for the Columbus.
Yeah.
It was during Pride Night. Our friend got lost for a moment. Didn't come back.
Didn't we? I don't know what happened with
the next day. Remember, had a sore throat.
Got a little sick.
I can already hear him.
I can hear him. Yeah.
But yeah,
that was a great time.
It was a great trip. We went to the Q2 Stadium. It was our second game, right?
It was our second game.
Unfortunately, we couldn't make the inaugural because I mean we live 5 hours away.
5 hours away.
So it's kind of it's a bit of a drive, and they hadn't scored their first goal yet. Remember?
They scored it literally the second game. They scored their first goal.
So they scored 2 or 3, right? That game.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
So we have yet to be there when they score a goal, when they dim the lights, when they score. It looks amazing when they do that. And the atmosphere there in Austin, in the Q2 Stadium, right now I'm showing a clip. I'll show it right now on the screen. You can probably see it. You'll be able to see you see pride flags right now, but like you'll probably just the atmosphere.
You could just see them. They're so intense. They have so much passion.
We were in the supporter section.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like once the game ended, they were like, "Hey guys, pick up after yourselves. Remember, this is our home."
Super respectful.
Yeah. And before the game started, they were like, "Hey guys, don't be disrespectful. Don't curse. Stuff here and there." And it was just like, okay, like wow, it's really organized. They passed out little pamphlets to people. It's a new team, so we didn't know the chance.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. I hope we can go again soon.
I plan to go. There's going to be a couple of games this year that I do want to go to just to see another team that I actually like to watch, in MLS. And I like to see them both so I can see both sides, But no, dude, Austin, that was an awesome experience. Being my first actual soccer game going to, and we were in the supporter section, that was wild.
Yeah,
that was an experience. It wasn't just no chill, sit down and eat some popcorn and hot dogs and stuff. Like, no, dude, we were standing up for the whole hour and a half and screaming and beer thrown everywhere. It was good. It was
and that was maybe like my 5th soccer game, and just the atmosphere was very different than. And I think it's because it was an official MLS game that the atmosphere is like that. Because I've been to plenty of friendlies, and it doesn't get like that. I've been to a lot of America friendlies, and I can say that they do get intense, but it's different because I guess they're smaller stadiums. So, but like I said, I hope we can go back again.
Yeah, definitely. We will. We'll make another guy's trip out there. And go support them. No golf the next day.
And we eat breakfast this time.
We'll eat breakfast.
I was in a bad mood. If I don't eat breakfast, they learned their lesson. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm in a bad mood. And it's just, I didn't mean to be in a bad mood. It's just, bro.
For the record, we offered, and you said no.
I don't remember, but then you had Ian walking around with a freaking bag of nuts. I'm in a good mood, bro. But yeah, it was a good time. So Manchester United and Austin FC are the clubs you support, and then of course the U.S. men's national team, which we've been following. I know we've had a few watch-alongs where we order pizza and we watch the game, especially with the USA and Mexico finals that we've had a lot of.
Yes, 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, you see, the chance you're learning.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's different. It's different, and as I'm glad that you've gotten into the sport because like I said, I feel like we have so many things in common that this just adds to the bunch. And it's like, I'm very, me, I'm very passionate. My team plays right now in an hour. America versus Pachuca, the semifinal. You guys have never seen me watch an America game. You guys seen me watch the Real Madrid game. But though I'm very passionate about Real Madrid, I feel like with an America game, I've been following them, since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's very different. I feel because it's close to home here in Mexico, next to Mexico. I feel like I have more passion for it.
You do, because I know when your America games are on, your phone is on Do Not Disturb. Yeah. We don't hear from you for a couple hours. And so
that's the thing. Like when I watch the soccer games, football games, I don't pay attention to the group chat. I know our friend Ian likes to message like, bro, that was a sick goal, or what the hell was that? Nah, I don't want to hear any of that. I put my phone down and that's it. I don't. During halftime, I'll glance at it, reply a little bit, but once the second half starts, it's down.
Yeah, that's my mistake. I'm on the phone while I'm watching the game, and I'm getting mad up there, and I had other people messaging me the same thing. It's just gonna make me mad.
Like yesterday, you guys were watching, and I saw that you were messaging a lot. Yeah. My recommendation would put it down, and if your team ends up losing, don't answer for a good 30 minutes to cool off because you're gonna say stuff.
I'm gonna say stuff.
So just. There's a fair warning. If you see America down by a few goals and I don't respond for the next hour after the game, it's because I'll
hit you up the next day.
I'm probably cooling off. But you probably see my TikTok right after where I'm pissed off. But I'm proud of my team. They come from the bottom of the table.
They did.
To semifinals, almost finals. So I'm proud of my team. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get you here on this episode just to introduce you. I know we had mentioned you often,
Yeah.
and it's just glad to finally have another friend
Yeah,
here
yeah,
talking about football.
Yeah, and hopefully I can make more appearances. My schedule's a little tight. I do have kids and stuff like that, so it's just really, really difficult to come out on here. But yeah, no, I want to be a part of this, and
and we're just starting off. I do want to thank everyone who has followed us so far, especially on TikTok.
Yep.
We're about to hit 1K followers on YouTube. We're barely at 16 subscribers, I believe. Instagram, we have 25, but any support we can get, any feedback that we can get, let us know. Like I said, we're just fans talking about the sport that we love, and that's basically it. We're not talking about, stats or, just researching. It's just talking out of what's in our head and our heart.
Yeah, because with me, it's just I actually fell in love with this sport. So I watch several different games. Like, if it's not Manchester United playing, I'll watch another team, and I just enjoy the way they play. But yes, I do support my team. That's my team. But yeah, we're not biased or anything like that. We watch a lot of other teams, and we like to talk about other teams, their achievements. They did too. So you have a good platform here.
No, and thanks. And as we grow, we want to cover more stuff. We do have episodes on YouTube where we have specific episodes for specific events or content, and hopefully that makes it easier for us to get some good followers and just get a good following with comments and interaction here and there.
Yeah.
But other than that, Topher, I want to thank you for coming, and good luck to Manchester United next season.
And hopefully CR7's still with us, but
that's a tough one. I don't think he wants to play the Europa League.
He probably doesn't, but I've heard some rumors he doesn't want to leave either. He has unfinished business, so we'll see.
Respect that. And then for Austin, I hope they do well. I mean, obviously I'm following Austin as well. Hopefully they advance far in the playoffs, because they're going to get in the playoffs once the Premier season is about to end. Every season, every league is ending. The MLS is going to continue to go. So we'll keep following that, and hopefully they can make a good run.
That's one thing why I love soccer. It's all year long. I don't have to wait 6 months for NFL to start again.
And
it's awesome.
It sucks for the players, right? Because they're tired. But for us as fans watching while eating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Topher.
I appreciate it.